Baby, what I'm saying is, you ain't gotta make your mind up. You ain't gotta make your mind up right now. Right now. Don't rush, no pressure. No, you ain't gotta make your mind up. What's up, people? Hola, ¿cómo estás? It's been a little bit over a month now since I've done my last vlog. I kind of was waiting for the holiday to be over, so Feliz Año Nuevo. Happy New Year. Feliz Navidad. Merry Christmas. Mainly this time I wanted to talk about a couple things as far as I took a trip. I just got back from the UK. And I'm not going to talk about that extensively now. I'll do that in 3 separate individual vlogs just because I think it would take too much time. One, I want to talk about a couple things that are going on that I've noticed, some things that I want to highlight about this experience. One on my list is let's talk about Christmas since that just happened not too long ago. So I spent my first Christmas here. I take that back. I spent my first Christmas in Europe, but I was in the UK. But beforehand, very similar to Halloween, the schools here have a really big production, I'll call it. One of the things that I really love about my school is their spirit and their willingness to practice and participate in a lot of things to get the kids active and have a lot of school spirit and their traditions. So one of the things was they have the 3 kings, like the Magi, and one of the kings is, in Spain, I would consider the Black King, which is Balthazar, which I'd never thought about before when I thought about the 3 wise men. So I got the privilege of playing Balthazar at school that day. So mainly they had 2 different sets of kings, and what we got to do was 3 of us sat in kind of like an auditorium area, and the younger kids came in like the infantile, and the first graders and second graders came in and they got to give us their Christmas list, asking what they wanted for Christmas. In addition to, they also had to do a small presentation, so they did a song for us. It's kind of like their gift to us, and then in return, we end up giving them a gift for the classroom. So it's actually a really cool experience. I'd never done anything like that before in school. And they also, they dressed up in costumes, so they were either Mary, Joseph, like the drummer boy, or what else? One of the wise men. Which, sidebar, one of the kids dressed up in blackface to be Balthazar, which I thought was super unique, and I think very controversial in the States, but in Spain it wasn't a big deal. But I just thought it was hilarious when I saw that. It took me a moment, but then I was like, they're kids and they don't know, and it's not a thing here in Spain, so it's whatever. But it was a lot of fun, and I got to speak Spanish to all the kids, which was interesting because I could barely remember my lines. One of them I know was "Has ido bueno." I just got to say "¿Qué tal?" So "¿Qué tal?" Like, how have you been? "Has ido bueno?" Like, have you been good? And then they'd say yes or bien. The kids are so cute. And then they give me their list, and I'd read over what I could understand. Or if they had pictures, I'd read the pictures, and I'd say thank you, gracias. And then we would give them a little bag of candy, and they'd sit down. It was so great and so awesome. And then one of my coworkers, she dressed up as as Mary. This was awesome. We had a really great time, and it was fun to see the kids like that, and their little presentations were fun as well. So the other thing I want to talk about was, let's see, PDA, public displays of affection. Here in Spain, I feel like it's over the top. It's insane. And I make the joke to say, okay, we get it. You're in love. Everybody in Spain is in love. Because when they are in a relationship here, or maybe they're not even in relationships, I don't know. But in general, they all are very close in proximity. I remember one time I saw these 2 guys reading a text message together, and the one guy's looking at his phone like this, and his best friend is right here on his face reading the message with him. They're just so close. And for me, being from the States, it's uncomfortable because everyone's in my space, whether it's on the bus or the train or anywhere, everyone's just so close to you, and I hate it sometimes because it's just way too close in my space. But that's their thing, so for them, it's no issue. But with the PDA, it's one thing to walk around holding hands. It's one thing to walk through maybe doing love taps or kind of grabbing your significant others. But I get it, little playful stuff I understand. Even kissing I get. But here in Spain, it's to the extent where people, not just a kiss. It's not a I love you. It's a. And then sometimes it gets a little bit more inappropriate than that, in my opinion, inappropriate. Like a friend of mine was sharing a story where he said that at one point he was dating this girl, I think when they were in high school, and they were like in a park, kind of like making out like on a bench. And then at some point she like straddled him and they were like completely making out. And in my opinion, I feel like that's a bit overboard. Like those aren't things that you should be doing in a public place. You can do stuff like that in your home. And it's one thing also if it just looks affectionate, which I think is fine. But to me, some of it tends to get a little bit raunchy and a little bit inappropriate to where I feel comfortable because it's like, guys, you're on a subway and there's no way that you should be almost having sex on a subway. Just, you don't need to. Not in front of everyone here. If you're doing it as some kind of like adventure kind of thing, then I would say maybe do it a little bit off to the side where like it's not like people are in a space where we can't do anything about it or can't leave. So that's my opinion. So it's something that I've noticed that I think is insane, and I hear that that's just a European thing, but in my opinion, I think it's a little bit overboard. So if you come here to visit Spain, let me know your opinion on that. What else? So I was having a difficult time adjusting to Spain, as most of you have known, and I was complaining one night. I mean, really just complaining. And one of my friends said, why don't you try to do something a little bit more positive? Like, why don't you write about some things that you appreciate about Spain or that you love about Spain? And I was like, oh yeah, I do love some things about Spain. So I started, if you saw on my Facebook page, I started writing about things that I love about Spain. And then after like 2 days, I had to change it from love to appreciate because I realized that there aren't a lot of things that I love about Spain, but there are for sure a lot of things that I do appreciate about Spain and about this experience. Things that I had said that I love, most of those highlighted things were the scenery, which is amazing. My like the school, so that's my coworkers and the students, all of it, like lovely experience, and it's amazing, and I love them. And the other thing that I said I love was, I guess the opportunity is what I also said that I love, because I don't know whenever another opportunity I would have had to do something like this. Um, what did I want to talk? Oh, so because of that, I got to really focus on things that I appreciate about this and kind of change my perspective and be a lot more positive. And it was super beneficial with me going on my holiday to the UK because when I was coming back, I didn't feel like I was at a disadvantage or like it sucked that I had to come back. It was more like, yes, I've had a great time on this trip, but I'm okay going back. I don't have a problem with it. But it's also changed my perspective in how I can react to certain situations that happen here, where before a lot of the tough things that are different or the business operations that I usually get so frustrated about, I could just be like, it's Spain. And I live here and this is just how things are done. So I can either just accept it or I can just try it again and hope that the experience will be different the next time around. Which is, I would say, a huge step for me because a month ago, 2 months ago, I would not have been able to take that without feeling like I needed to either cry or like punch somebody. But I'm surprised that, well, not surprised, but I'm proud of myself for actually not crying since I've been in this experience. And I'm an actor, so I tend to like to be emotional. But yeah, I said I didn't want Spain to break me, and I don't want it to break me. And I thought that I needed to be broken to be able to be stronger here and to be able to overcome some of the challenges and adversity that I've gone through here. But after this experience of writing for a couple of weeks about things that I appreciate, it just helped me to be more optimistic and put me in a better space so that I don't have to feel like I need to cry about something. I can just be strong and just not be so affected by it. So yeah, I'm super happy that I did that because it was super beneficial. So I recommend if there's anything that's super challenging or you're having tough times with anything, to just think about what you can appreciate or what you love or like about something different. And with that, I was having a conversation with a friend actually last night, and it's funny because we were talking about mainly the program renewal period is coming up. It actually started yesterday. So this is the time where, as people who are here now, we're thinking about like, are we renewing? Are we going to come back? Like, if I don't come back, what am I going to do next year? So hence the theme music, no pressure. I wanted to stop putting so much pressure on myself about traveling. I wanted to have this experience so that I could travel and see all these different places. And I'd never been to Europe before, so I really wanted to be able to go all over Europe and see what it was like. And I started to put a lot of pressure on myself to be like, what places am I going to go to? And I need enough money to do this. And how long am I going to stay? And I don't want this to be a quick trip. And what am I going to, and just, I got super anxious about it. And I figured the easiest way to not be so anxious about it was to extend my stay. I didn't initially plan on staying here for 1 year when I initially signed up for the program. I plan on staying probably 2 to 3 years. And once I got here and started experiencing Spain is when I started to feel like I only wanted to stay for a year because there's no way I could stay in this place for longer than that. But after doing this whole appreciation exercise, it's got me to a point where I could tolerate Spain for at least one more year, at least one more. Um, so then I can have another year to literally do nothing but travel. So I can take this year as an opportunity to get that intro to Spain and start to see kind of what I want to do and see how I can fit. Because next year I'll already know what my school is going to be like because I've done that before. I know some of the challenges that are here already, so I won't have to worry about what are the challenges. I already know what those challenges are, and this time I can just do them as opposed to worrying about them or having to not know that it was going to be challenging. So I feel like it'll be a lot easier the second time around. So I've decided, or not officially decided, I'm 85% sure that I am going to stay for at least another year in my same city with my same school so that I can have more time to travel. And with that, I've decided to come back to LA for the summer so I can get 3 months back at home in LA and see all my friends that I've missed so much and really get an opportunity to kind of like see you all and uh, experience all the things that I'm so grateful for now that since I've left LA in the States, I can go back and appreciate all those things for a few months and then come back to Spain and then do this whole experience all over again. But this time I want to focus the second year a lot more on traveling, literally just going as many places as I can go. But I need to come back home and make some money because the money's not here. So if anyone has any television jobs that they're thinking about for the summer, please let me know. I'm willing to do anything. I prefer something substantial, but I have no shame in being a PA for the entire summer. I just need to make some money. Um, what else? Oh, so as in talking with my friend, so we kind of developed this kind of like an analogy. I would say it's pretty funny, but it's also pretty bad. So it's like Spain is like a girl or a guy that you're dating only because they have really amazing friends. So for example, I'm living in Spain because I really want to see the rest of Europe. Spain wasn't a priority or a choice country that I wanted to come to, but it was very easy to get to. And there's so many opportunities and so amazing things because I am here that I get to experience. So it's like I'm here for all of that. So I'm dating her because of what she has to offer. It was super funny last night, but it was like, oh, it's so mean, but I was like, it's so true because that's what it's about. So I'm gonna maintain this relationship for a whole nother year because of she has really great friends that I really want to experience and see. Okay, so after that, what else? So as far as my health, it's been a lot better. I haven't been sick for a while. Knock on wood. Yeah. Which has been great. Over my trip for 2 weeks, I decided that I wanted to really focus on not getting sick. So I tried to make sure that I got rest as much as I could. In addition to, my cousin sent me emergency, which has been amazing. And then when I was in Ireland, I actually found more emergency. So I bought like 4 boxes to bring back with me. So I've been trying to work on taking one of those at least every other day so that I can keep my immune system built and not get sick. Not get sick at all, but definitely not as sick as I was getting as frequently. Cool. What else? Speaking of packages, so yeah, my cousin sent me 2 boxes of stuff like hanger towels and like medicine that I wanted from the US that I can't get here in Spain. And it's crazy. So the first experience, and this is when I just decided that I had to say I appreciate Spain and not love Spain or love things about Spain because they decided to bring the box to my home. The guy knocks on the door. My roommate answers it, and the guy says pretty much like, "Hey, you need to pay me €40 so you can have this package." And I was like, "What?" But my cousin paid already over $100 to send the package here, and now I need to pay you 40 for what? For you to deliver it to me? And mainly, it was the whole thing like there was like a tax and all this stuff, and there's an import tax and et cetera, et cetera. And I couldn't understand why I have to pay 40. In addition to, he told me he doesn't take credit cards. So you showed up at my house unannounced or without an appointment and told me I need to pay you €40 on the spot because I just carry €40 around to pay people. No, it pissed me off. My roommate had some money, so I borrowed some from him so I could get the box. And then I said, there's a second box as well. The guy was like, I don't know anything about another box. So I'm like, it's Spain. So I ended up finding out later that the other box got held because it needed to be inspected. So I had to go out to the airport, to the post office out there. met up with them. Then I had to go to another office. Then they said that they needed to inspect the box first. Mind you, they had it for 2 weeks and hadn't inspected it yet, but they were waiting for me to come down there so that I could tell them that the box was mine and what was in it, and then they're going to open it and inspect it and verify that that's what's in it to see if I need to pay money or not. So thankfully, that was annoying, but I got the box, I think, a week ago. And they did not have to, they didn't have to charge me anything, so I ended up getting the box for free. I just had to wait, I guess, 3 more weeks to get it. But it worked out. And I have a lot of hangers and towels and medicine, which is amazing, and it's things that I needed. So I thank my cousin so much. Shout out to my cousin Chrissy for sending me that box. Let's see, what else? Guys, I think that's it. I wanted to make this a shorter video, so I hope that you appreciated it. Again, things are going well. I'm happy. I'm content. Definitely in a better space than I was a month and a half ago. And as time keeps progressing, I keep getting better and better and stronger and stronger. So care packages, I would love care packages to think that I can't get here that they have in the States, but can't get it. Just not possible because I have to pay for it. And I don't want to pay for stuff that's already been paid for and even shipped. So just send me a picture of things that you would think that I would miss from the U.S. I'd greatly appreciate that. So you can feel free to email them or put them on Facebook. I love you guys. Great to talk to you. Happy New Year again. Merry Christmas. Yes, hasta luego.